The Susquehanna Trail was planted long ago by the War Mothers Club after World War I to celebrate the contributions made by the veterans of that particular war. It's called an allée, and the sycamores were planted on both sides of the road at that time, and there were 400 trees there. I attended a class at Ollie at Penn State that was taught by our local historian, Stephen Smith. Steve, at that time, at the end of class, asked if anyone in the class knew why these sycamores were along the trail. Having been born in Glen Rock, I actually had my father tell me as we drove to York about the sycamore trees, and they were a veterans memorial. So I raised my hand and I said something to that effect. And Steve said, I have been trying for years to get a nonprofit, or two or three, to replant the 200 trees that are now missing from that allée. That kind of sparked an idea for me because I also love trees. We started with a small committee that the nucleus was from York Rotary, but then we extended to Southern York County Rotary and also Red Lion Rotary. So we recruited people, but we also had folks from those three Rotary groups. What you will see is trees on both sides of the road, depending on where you are. And we obviously had to dodge a lot of electric lines that you will see. But our trees were planted outside the 10-foot clearance, so we actually had to get land permission from everyone who owned those particular areas that needed to be planted. During my career as an educator, I had a lot of great things happen, a lot of wonderful opportunities, but I will have to say that this particular project has just been a wonderful lifetime experience, and that's due to the volunteers, both the committee, the hundreds of people who came out literally to help plant the trees, those who donated in memory of veterans and their family in order to get the trees planted. It was a huge community effort. The trees are actually planted between the upper end of Jacobus all the way down to the Mason-Dixon line. It's a nice mix with the century-old trees that are still here, and now we're starting to see the young trees start to develop. And our hope is that this will be a very special place for everyone who has an opportunity to drive through the allée.